As an ex-Google engineer, I really wanted to love this camera because it was designed by a fellow Googler. But instead, here's how I really felt about it. Okay, let's rewind a bit and start from the top. The Opal C1 was designed by Kenny Sweet, the same designer that designed products such as the Google Pixel Buds and Beats Pro and the Google Pixel camera. He's by no means a newbie in the product design space. On top of that, that camera uses the Sony imaging sensor, the same one that was used in the first Google Pixel. And while I know that 6 generations back imaging sensor doesn't sound like much, in the world of webcams, that is a very big deal. And that comes with a price. $300 to be precise. But when you think that it's supposed to replace a $1,000 DSLR, it suddenly doesn't seem like that much. It also has a very unique ordering process, but I'll talk about that later in the video. What really sets this camera apart is its use of computational photography. It's the use of AI and algorithms in order to improve the image coming straight from the sensor. It's similar to how the Google Pixel has become one of the best camera phones in its generation. And if you've seen my previous videos on how to improve your zoom video quality, you know that video image quality is very important to me because I'm an executive in a remote company and I have a lot of video calls every single day. And so, in order to really put this camera to its paces, I have decided to commit to use it for a whole week on all my video calls. And that translates to roughly 25 hours of video calls in that 1 week. At the end of this video, I will share my impressions of that camera after that period. But first, let's go over the unboxing experience and compare that camera to other webcams on the market, as well as look into its software. Alright. Let's begin with the unboxing. If you're thinking, okay, I like this camera, looks cool, I have the $300, I'll just order it. Well, not so fast. Because the Opal has taken a page out of Google's marketing book, and the only way to order this camera is either to sign up for a waiting list or be invited by somebody who already has the camera. And even then, once you get accepted to order the camera, you have 48 hours to purchase it, or you miss your opportunity. And all of that to pay $300 for a webcam. I'm not sure if this is designed to create more hype or to control the manufacturing process. Maybe they have some constraints on the manufacturing. Either way, it really feels like an overkill to me. Alright, let's say that you bite the bullet and you actually buy it. What do you get? Okay, so this is the Opal C1 in 4K as recorded by OBS with the Beyerdynamic Fox microphone with very good lighting. This is the Opal C1 with the built-in microphone in the same setup. This is the Logitech C920 with the built-in microphone in the same place that the Opal C1. This is the built-in camera in the MacBook Pro with the built-in microphone. And this is the Canon EOS R6 with the Beyerdynamic Fox. Since the main highlight of this camera is its computational photography, let's look at the software and see, is it really that good? Fun fact, initially Opal was thinking of making the software a $4 a month subscription on top of the cost of the camera. It seems like now they changed their mind, and luckily so, but still, like that kind of shows you what are they thinking. Okay, this is how it looks, basically straight from with the default settings of the software with quite strong light. Now, I really don't understand why doesn't the software understand that I'm currently overexposed, and it's a simple change to fix the exposure, and I must say it looks really good when you underexpose it. However, why do I need to do it manually? Like, if I'm paying $300 for like smart AI DSLR like camera, I expect it to figure out the lighting situation by itself. It has a pretty cool bokeh setting. Unfortunately, to me at least, it seems that it's really fake. It's not in the lens, because you can see that my hand is in focus even though it's the same level as the microphone. If I lower the bokeh a bit, it's in focus. Now, this bokeh is much better than anything that Zoom or Teams or any of those applications do with the like fake blur, but it's still not anywhere near a real DSLR fast lens. Another cool thing is the face lock, which basically zooms in and follows your face. It's really cool. It's a nice little feature, but still it's not as good as a camera with a gimbal like the OBS bot I reviewed a few weeks earlier. I'm sure that over time there's gonna be more things in the software that are gonna be added, and I assume it will become better over time, but as it stands right now, I'm not too happy. All of those features are really cool, but if I have DSLR-like controls, I would rather use a DSLR. The whole point of a webcam is its ease of use and the fact that it does most of the things automatically. And for a camera that focuses so much on algorithms, I would expect it to be so much better out of the box. Okay, I bet that by now you're very curious to know why I got so angry at that camera that I almost threw it at the wall. And the reality is that for a camera that is so dependent on algorithms, the software is still not fully baked. Even though there's a lot of features and a lot of toggles and things like that, they don't always work. The camera on multiple occasions have lost focus, and I couldn't get it to regain focus unless I opened the app and fiddle with the focus slider, which of course got me out of focus, pun intended, in the meeting I've been in. It made me look unprofessional to the other side. On top of all the issues I experienced during the week of testing, while recording that video, the Opal stopped recording audio for some reason, and restarting the app didn't help. Nothing helped except for restarting the whole computer. On top of that, inside the software there is a toggle for noise cancellation, which is not available yet, or for whatever reason that I couldn't figure out, it's not available. And without it, the audio sounds pretty rubbish. And also, as I highlighted earlier, it almost never nailed the exposure down. So I almost always had the exposure on manual. And what makes it even more annoying is that if in the middle of a call the camera has lost focus and now you need to open the software and start fiddling with the configs or with the focus slider, while the app is launching, the camera shuts down in Zoom and other video conferencing apps for at least 3-4 seconds. I mean, this is a very long time to be without a camera on a video conference, and you completely lose your train of thought. At the end of the day, if I'm paying 3-4 times more than any other webcam on the market, and what I get is in theory better software, I expect that software to be perfect. And while the Opal C1 is definitely a nice attempt, it's far from being perfect. Most of my complaints are about the software, and so Opal might fix it in the future software update or in a future camera. However, they've been releasing beta after beta for months now, and those things are still not fixed. I must say that with all the hoops you need to jump in order to order that camera, and at that steep price, I feel that I just cannot recommend that camera at the moment, even though it does look really good. Alright, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed it as well. But before we part ways, please cuddle the like button, hug the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next digital life hack. Ciao!